right now at this particular stage. But of course, they have their old reliable Yudai Nishida, number 19, and Davante Gardner, number 54. That's him in the middle of your screens. He's not warming up though, but he is listed. So let's see if they're going to use him for today. There's Yudai Nishida. Avikoki Schaefer is also not listed. He was number 32, standing 6'8", actually a member of the Japanese national squad. The 26-year-old is also not listed for today, so they might be a little bit short-handed. Let's see if they're going to be able to overcome that. On the other side, the squad for Coach Modi Mayor, they have number 7, that is Gerald Brantley. Number 13, Mark Smith. They have number 15, AJ Edu from the Philippines. He is a member of the national squad of the Philippines, Gilas Pilipinas. And at the same time, they also have Uday Baba, number 18. But Uday Baba is not listed for their squad. Uday Baba used to play abroad and came over here. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to showcase his wares. These are some of the earlier results for their squad. They do have a new import. We'll give a little bit of a report on that in a bit. He's number 22. Tanner Groves. Listed as a center power forward. Now we're going to have the starting lineup. First off, the visiting squad, Nagasaki VELCA. Tanner Groves is 25 years old. And as always, they welcome in first the visitors. There's Coach Modi Maor. He definitely wants a better record than the 22 and 28, but still, with 10 more games to go before the season ends, he's looking to go 10-0. As we take a look at the matchup, we have number 19, that is Yudai Nishida on the left. And he's matched up against number 13, that is Mark Smith, the 6'5" gentleman from the United States. As they're there warming up and getting ready for the action here. So Jahai Floyd actually has left Nagasaki VELCA and is now playing elsewhere. We actually had him for the coverage a few days ago. All smiles for Seahorses Mikawa. They want to be able to stay as loose as they possibly can. All important victory here is what they're looking for. We got our referees. Referee Kitazawa, referee Hayasaki, and referee Nakamichi. Usually they stand in the middle of the floor, but right now a little bit off to the left side of the court. And now we got the starters. Starting out with the squad from Nagasaki. We're going to start out with number 4. That is Masaya Karimata. Number 7, Gerald Brantley. Number 13, another one of their international imports, Mark Smith. Number 15, AJ Edu. And number 17, Hayato Yamaguchi. Enjoy the Phantom, the squad of Coach Brian Richmond, Seahorse Mikawa. And there you have the starters for the home squad. Starting out with number 0, Zach Auguste. Number 11, that is Yoshiaki Kubota. Number 13, Yutaro Suda. Number 19, Yudai Nishida, their star. And their scorer, Davante Gardner, number 54. They're your starters on the screens right now, and we're just about ready to get underway here. Another exciting matchup here, courtesy of the B-League. 10 more games before we get to the postseason. Time for these squads to be able to position themselves for the next phase of competition. Players are set. Officials are ready. And we're about to begin right here at the Wing Arena Korea. They'd like to be able to see some postseason play, but that depends if their squad can get a win here today. AJ Edu and Auguste. Auguste wins the tap. Gardner will track it down here. First possession for Seahorses Mikawa. Ooh, early stoppage of play here. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. That was Kubota. Let's see exactly what transpired. Might have come into contact with the referee. So now we have first possession. Gardner bring it down. A lot of pressure up front. Chance of let's go Seahorses, and why not? Predominantly the crowd here for Mikawa. And a slam there by Auguste to start things off. They're up 2-2-2 nothing. Similar pressure being put on by Seahorses. Trying to look for some space up front. Forced jumper a little bit too strong. That looked like it was touched last by Gardner, but the officials say it was last touched by AJ Edu. Gardner will bring it up once again, so that is the design play. A lot of times you'd rather have the locals bring it down, let them expend the energy. But that's the strategy of Coach Richmond. Nothing there in that play. Edu with the rebound. They're going to push. Not the best of possessions that time. First turnover for Nagasaki. Strong attack. It's not going to drop. That's what Nishida will do. Put a lot of pressure in your defense. Jumper from the outside's not gonna win. Those are the shots that you need for the W. Davante can hit from there. Offline though. 0 for 1 from the field is Davante to start things off. 2 minutes gone and only 2 points on the board. Quick retaliation and we're tied at 2. Nice basket there from Yamaguchi, just running the floor. Ooh, almost a travel. We go to the wing. Open 3. A little bit too strong. Watch that open shot once again. A little bit too strong. First personal foul going to be called there on Mark Smith. Some pressure up high once again. That's a great basket. You cannot leave Kubota that wide open. Well, that was Yutaro Suda actually hitting the jumper. It's now 5-2 for the home squad. Nice attack going to the wing. Extra pass? No. It gets to Mark Smith. Mark Smith, that's a deep 3. We're tied at 5. First points here for Mark Smith. Yutaro again. That's high off the glass. And Suda now with 5 quick points. And another 2-point lead. 3 minutes gone in the opening period. It's going to be a foul on Suda. Or would it be called on Kubota? Take your pick, really. They were both there in the thick of the action. Get it in bounds. Mark Smith likes to operate from the outside. No look pass. Wing shot works. First basket there. That's for Yamaguchi. First takes the lead actually for their squad at 8-7. Auguste is one of those players that just really attacks the rim with abandon. There's a foul going to be called on AJ. He was actually surprised. So AJ is going to pick up his first personal. Auguste on the line. Ties the ball game at 8. One more free throw. A little bit too strong. Davante almost got it. It goes all the way back to Zach. Another possession to the wing. That's a sweet looking shot there from Yudai Nishida. That's his first basket. And it's a 3-point lead once again for Seahorses. You like the ball movement of VELCA. Almost to the turnover there. That one straight to Zach. Great bounce pass in. That layup. Those are the layups that you need to be able to make. Especially after those live turnovers. You want to convert. That's a great extra pass. They send it to the wing. The defense there in a blender. And again, another shot from the outside. Will tie things up. Our third deadlock at 11. Second basket here for Hayato during this ball game as we approach the middle point of the opening period. Showcasing his dribbling skills here. Open 3, yes! Another 3. Boy, it's raining threes here. And another 3-point advantage for Mikawa. Mark Smith picked up his dribble, asking for it back. That's a forced pass, but it does get to its intended target. And a layup will drop. That was actually porous defense there, as Yamaguchi will hit another basket. 14-13 is our tally now. Gardner on the outside, but this guy is a 3-level scorer. That's a great pass. Skip pass to the wing, a little bit too strong that time. Yudai was looking for his third 3 of the ball game. Duty foul just to stop the action. That's going to be the first on Kubota. Check that. That will be number 2. And that's why he's quickly replaced. Okay, they're going to say just his first, as Jake Lehman will check in for the first time. 6'8", small forward from the USFA. That's another poor pass. Jake there. Early offense with a steal and a slam. 3-point here for the hosts. The delight of the crowd. Trying to look inside. Tarasuda is a real thorn defensively. Getting to the passing lanes. Almost to the steal there. And it's another turnover. Just too many turnovers early on here for VELCA. Turnover number 5 already. And still with 4 minutes to go in the opening canto. Nice curl. And again, they're being very patient. Lehman goes up high. Zach was asking for it. Auguste couldn't get it. Pretty good pressure on the wing. And Sumino will turn it over. First piece of action here for Ryogo Sumino. Rocket pass not going to work. That was kicked. Shot clock will stay here at 17. Mark Smith with a decent start here for his squad. Now Sumino with the task of trying to stay with Smith. They'll go back up high. Brantley there will pass it. Looking for an assist, but 3-point shot's not going to drop. The pass was behind Zach. Another turnover, this time for Mikawa. That's actually just their first turnover. We got a 3-point lead as we approach the 3-minute mark. You can see the frustration written all over the face of Coach Modi Mayor. 3:04 to be exact. As Zach throws his arms up in the air and says, I feel I've got a mismatch here. Let's see if he can try to go to me. Inbound first for Nagano. They find Lehman in motion. Back out. Boy, a lot of complaining here, and AJ Edu is asking his coach to challenge. Not quite sure you want to use your challenge this early. Oh, that was clearly. And that's why AJ Edu was 100% sure that should have been their ball. VELCA will send Yamaguchi in. He actually just checked out, and a minute after, he's right back on the floor. Ooh, that was a kick ball, but Tanner Groves in the ball game now. Issues out a pass. Short there in the attempt. Groves might have just been better served taking that one. Up and under move. Tanner with a nice slap there from the back. Gets his first block. Watch it. Tarasuda didn't see him coming from the blind side. On block here now for Tanner. Brantley, very active individual. Davante on the outside. They try to bring it closer. Now he gets to his comfort zone and a foul is going to be called on Groves. His first. There it is once again. That might not be a foul on Groves. Oh, it is. Because there was a reach in from the top. Quick spin. And Davante scores. This is now the biggest lead in the contest at 5. 18-13 for Mikawa. Not a good possession once again. They've been throwing away their possessions. And more time. Taking it back. Tanner with a wry smile on his face as he stayed a little too close. Was forced to reach in. That's his second foul. He might be on the bench in just a bit. Gardner has been an import here for the longest time. The 33-year-old has really made Japan his home. We'll make both. Couple of seasons he was the scoring champ. Always with high averages scoring wise. Nice step from the back. Ball will stay here though on this side of the floor. Pretty good defense put up there by Satoshi. A minute 34 remaining in the opening period. Now 7-point lead, 20-13 by the home squad. That is going to keep them in the ball game. Karimata hitting from deep. That's going to cut the lead down to 4. Jake thought about it. Why not? He's got that range. Up to go to Gardner. Only their second turnover. Sidestepping move. A little bit too strong. There might have been a push. Tanner was complaining, saying he should have gotten the offensive rebound. There. Clearly a push. That was actually on Koyo Nishida. Everybody thought it was on Gardner. Quick move inside. Basket and one opportunity here. Nice move. And Jamal Brantley now on the line, looking to complete a 3-point play. Foul's going to be called on Lehman. Lead is now cut down to just 1. Mini run put together here by Nagasaki in the final 40 seconds. Gonna find some space. That is going to be a foul on Morikawa, which is going to mean free throws. Two shots now for VELCA and an opportunity for them. First shot for Nishida. Yes. Leads back up to 3. Under a minute to be played here. Brantley not wanting to launch. Long 3 not going to drop. That would have tied the ball game. Pretty good line. Difference of 9 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock as we wind down the action here in the first period. Both teams in the penalty. Needing to make their move. Long 3. That's going to drop. Good basket there from Nagano. Boys in white need to hurry. Game clock winding down. Brantley, long 3. Will that count though? They're not quite sure. Let's see if they score that for Tanner Graves. And that's all she wrote for the first 10 minutes of action. And it's a 6-point lead enjoyed by Seahorses Mikawa at 25-19. Second quarter underway here at the Wing Arena Korea. That's a quick basket there from VELCA to start things off and cut the lead in half. 25-22 is our tally. Quick reply to start off the second period. Good movement without the basketball. Just, that's what you call everything but the shot there. Got the perfect pass. Just could have knocked it down. Tanner tries to get it inside. We'll give it back out. We got a lot of time. They can reset. Up and under. That's good defense there by Jake Lehman. And he'll push in the open court. Will stop, pop, and hit. Back up to a 6-point lead. Answering the earlier 3 of Nagasaki VELCA. That's pretty good action to start off the second period. Mark Smith was the starter here for VELCA. He's back on the floor. Tanner will put up a 3. Short. Oh boy, Jake Lehman. That's his second slam of the ball game. And a quick timeout will need to be called by Coach Modi. Things are starting to get out of hand for Nagasaki VELCA. Now chance of defense as we restart quarter number 2. Not even a minute and a half gone. And a quick timeout had to be called by Coach Modi. His squad is now down by 8. That's the biggest lead in the ball game. Another turnover. Just too many turnovers here by the boys in white. And that's not going to help their cause. Especially now that you're down by 8. Could be more. Gardner. Not forcing the issue. Lehman, another 3. Jake Lehman really starting to feel it. He's got 2 threes. Got 2 slam dunks. For a total of 10 points here. Quick reply, not going to happen. That's good boxing out. There's no way AJ Edu can get around the back here of Devontae Gardner. Another long tom. Not going to work. Brantley pulls it down and says, let me bring it down myself. Not wanting to take matters into his own hands yet. We'll get it back. He'll put up a 3. That was offline and a little bit too strong. Nice put back there. AJ Edu always working hard around the basket. First bucket for him. Cutting the lead down to 9. Gardner got it from Nagano. Foul's going to be called on AJ. That's going to be number 2. Boy, Devontae Gardner just tried to push him out of the way. But he did reach in. Boy, things are going the way here of Jake Lehman. And because there really is porous defense here from Nagasaki VELCA, another timeout will be called. Horrible turnover situation here for Nagasaki VELCA, already with 8. And their opponents, the home squad, Seahorses Mikawa, taking full advantage. They're now up by 11, 35-24, having to expend 2 timeouts here with Coach Modi. Doesn't want to get things really out of control. There's another live turnover, another slam dunk here for Jake Lehman. That's number 4. He has had an easy time inside. All his 2-pointers, all on slam dunks. That's a good reply. They needed to be able to score. Brantley finally silences that crowd just a little bit. But still an imposing 11-point margin enjoyed here by Seahorses. They need a victory here. They need to stay in step with Gunma. Quick release. Nagano surprised everybody, including his teammates, with that launch from 3. Nobody was ready for the offensive rebound, but nonetheless, we're going to stay here on this end. As Nishida said, let me try to get that offensive rebound, and a foul is going to be called there on Karimata. This time, a timeout will be called here by Seahorses Mikawa. Ryan Richmond trying to push all the right buttons. Welcome back to the Wing Arena Korea, our venue here for this Saturday afternoon. Another possession once again for Seahorses. Trying to build on this lead of theirs. Talk about somebody that was really feeling it. Heat check there for Jake Lehman. Comes up just short. You can see he's in rhythm today, that's for sure. Lead still 11. Mark Smith, short. Looks like a flat shot that time from Mark. Better curl. And still another miss this time. That was from Sumino. Quick attack. They trying to find AJ Edu. And again, another turnover. Auguste will kick it out. 3. Just short there from Ryogo. I would have given them a 14-point edge. Long bomb will not detonate. We're going to walk it down. Use some clock. Gotta change the pace of this ball game just a tad. Extra pass. Corner 3, yes! Again, that is perfect teammate. Watching and knowing a teammate was there at the corner. And it was Yuda Nishida. Nishida will hardly miss if you give him that much time. Just about 5 minutes remaining here. Before we get to the halftime break, Mark Smith. Is that going to be another turnover? Yes, he stepped on the sideline. Actually, he stepped on the half mark. Watch it here, let's see. Also close to a travel. And there was the violation. Backcourt violation. He looked up at the big screen just to get confirmation and said, yes, that is another turnover. They're close to 10 already. In fact, they're at 10. Right on the dot. 14-point lead enjoyed at 40-26. And they're looking to increase it further if they can. Short. But the long rebound will be tracked down once again by the boys in black. And attack the interior. Auguste finds a shooter in the corner. Davante there at the right place at the right time, and he puts it through. It is now a 16-point advantage at 42-26. That lead just continues to swell. Those are the shots you need to be able to make. AJ Edu comes up short in that instance. There's a lot of pressure on the back end. A foul's going to be called there on AJ, on Zach. AJ will pick up his third personal foul. With the big boy, Koya Kawamata in. Koya, a big, not just a literal big man, but he's a huge fan favorite. All over the B-League. You like watching him play. Let's see what he can come up with here. Auguste into the lane. Open three, another swish from Yudai Nishida. And it's now a 19-point edge at 45-26. Things have gone from bad to worse here for VELCA. Brantley was hoping he'd get the three-point play. Using his heft there against Auguste. Three minutes and a second. Brantley on the line trying to cut into this lead. He's a very good free throw shooter. As you see some of his statistics. Gerald Brantley, 6'5", 28 years old, from the United States. He'll make both, but still, 17-point edge. And they got possession, talking about Seahorses. A lot of movement. Once again, Auguste is going to get challenged up high. That looked like it was going to drop. And it did. Watch it here. Talk about perfect timing. And getting the shooter's touch. That looked like it was going out and decided to drop. Trying to restore. Big advantage. And it's there. It's now at 20. (48-28). Another botched possession. A chance for this lead to swell even more. Quick three. No. Boy, they dodged the bullet there. Talking about the visitors. They could have been down by 23. Trying to barrel his way in. Brantley can't connect. They're going to call a stop to the clock here. They're going to change the ball. It's a little slippery, they say. So they're going to wipe it down. Some other times they'll just change the entire ball and then have somebody towel down that ball. Two minutes and change. Free throw here. Those are free throws. That's a free throw Nishida would definitely want back. He's a very consistent free throw shooter. Coming up well short that time. So a bench technical foul called, but at the same time it doesn't hurt them as Nishida missed on that free throw opportunity. Zach almost traveled. There it is. That's a good call. Actually, two referees made that same call. Watch it here. Brantley and company trying to bring down this deficit. Quick attack. And again, active hands from the defense. Mark Smith lost it on the way up. Yutara Suda saying it hit his leg on the way up. Officials say otherwise, and it looks like we're going to have a coach's challenge. Well, again, obviously a head coach challenge is the prerogative of the head coach, but when you look at it from this particular situation, sometimes you wonder why they would try to use it. Yes, it looks like they're going to win this challenge, but at the same time, who knows? You might need that challenge early, well, actually later in the game. Here's that last piece of action. Did it really come off his leg? Really hard to tell from that angle, but at the same time, you're up by 19 at this stage. Yes, if you get possession, you score. You get up by 21, possibly 22. But again, a lot of times, from a coaching standpoint, you want to be able to hold on to that challenge for the fourth period when things just could get dicey. Well, they're going to win the challenge. So they get the stop. Kawamata still in the ball game. Jake is back. He had a very productive first half so far. That is a backcourt violation. Another good call. Our officials have been on target here, and that's what you're talking about. They got the turnover a while ago in terms of the call being reversed. But they're not able to score, so you can see the scoreline not moving. And you now lost your challenge. You used it up early. That had to be launched. Shot clock's winding down. That wild rebound went all the way to Jake Lehman. Very close to the half-court line. 1 minute remaining. Just about. Yutaro hits. That's going to be a 3-day stay. It's now going to be a 23-point lead at 51 to 28. Could they get even more? Bradley. It's about the three. We try to bring it inside and stopping the action there. Once again, a lot of physical play here from both these squads. Final 35 seconds. Chance for possession each. VELCA in the penalty. They cannot afford a foul. Nice curl from the 15-foot line. That was a well-run pattern. And Yuda scores again. Will they try to use some of their fouls? That's used well there by Nishida. First personal foul going to be called on Nishida. Now they're going to send in the shock troopers because they do have 2 more fouls to give. Point 1. Essentially, that miss there from Takahira will be the last play here of the half. You need just a tip. That was tipped. And 2 quarters are done here at the Wing Arena Korea. And a solid showing put up here by Seahorses Mikawa as they lead 53 to 28.
Thank you. Your Seahorse Mikawa Supergirls 今日初お披露目のニューパフォーマンスでした。続いてはこのコーナー、Touch on the Stage。シーホース三河のハーフタイムといえばチームとタレント契約を結んでいる達夫さんが毎回趣向を凝らしたネタを披露してくれていますが、今日は一体何をしてくれるんでしょうか。大きな拍手でお迎えください。達夫さんです。どうしたの、今日重々しくてなんか怒ってる？怒ってんの？何に怒ってんの？彼知ってる？知ってるも何もマイキーじゃないですか。日本代表でも活躍されている。知ってるも何もですけど、なんか人気あるらしいじゃん。あるんですよ。何ですか、何を怒ってるんですかマイキー。こんなの知ってる？ビジョンをじゃあご覧ください。これね、 B リーグモテ男ナンバーワン決定戦の時のマイキーでいいじゃないですか。かっこいいじゃないですかね。サングラスも似合ってて。これはナイターゲームの時の達夫さんですよね。はい、これマイキー、達夫さん、マイキー、達夫さん、マイキー、達夫さん、マイキー。キャラかぶってない？違う、達夫、違うんだ。かぶってるもないもたまたまサングラスとちょっと衣装が似てたかなっていうぐらいで、別にかぶるとかかぶらないとかそういうことじゃないんじゃないですか。俺って面白いじゃん。何唐突に。いや面白いですよ。いやもういいですよ。面白いです。つまりナイスキャラじゃん。まあ自分で言うのもどうかと思いますけど、そうかもしれないですね。ナイスキャラですね。もう一回ビジョンご覧ください。これそうですね、川本選手のこの B リーグモテ男ナンバーワン決定戦の時の、はい、B リーグモテ男ナンバーワン決定戦2025、ナイスキャラでしょう、川又光也。キャラかぶってない。違う、怒りすぎ、暴れるな。そんな、じゃあキャラかぶるとかじゃなくないか。なんかわかんないですけど、向こう選手で、あなたマスコットで、なんか領域が違うというか、なんか全然こうかぶるところがないのかなとは思うんですけど、違うの？何？これもご覧ください。これはあれですね、滋賀の時代のマイキーですね。どっかの人気マスコット風にこうチャリに乗ってやってくるっていう登場をされてた彼、やっちゃってないっていや確かにあれは確かにね、ちょっとそうね、ちょっと寄せてるね、達夫さんにね。それは確かにね、今のそうだったね。チャリ乗って、今日も達夫さんのチャリに乗ってねご登場されて、ここまでかぶると話が違う。何を怒ってるんでもそんなに。川又光也、お前を俺の公式風ライバルとする。みんなどういうリアクションを取っていいか分かんないんだよ。これは拍手でいいのか何なのか。あなたが公式風マスコットなら川又選手は公式風ライバルだと。はい、手始めにこれでもやってみたら何？トランポリンダンクです。ウイングアリーナカリアに帰ってきて久々に行きましょうか。株式会社クラウンパッケージより今日はですね、ショルダーポーチを20名の方にプレゼントします。達夫さんが成功したら。それではですね、皆さんも久々にこのウイングアリーナカリアでの達夫さんのトランポリンダンクお楽しみください。それでは行こうか、達夫。決めた。それではスーパーガールズの皆さん、カラーボールのお渡しをお願いします。ショルダーポーチと皆さん、これインフォメーション程度でお引き換えください。ゲットした方おめでとうございます。達夫さん決めたね。トランポリンダンクいったね。久々のこのウイングアリーナカリアでのトランポリンダンクでしたね。皆さんもじゃあアピールしていただいて、ゲットした方はインフォメーションテントでショルダーポーチとお引き換えください。どうよマイキー、 ひよってたりする知れよなということで、ぜひ皆さんマイキーにお伝えください。達夫が公式風ライバルと認めたという言い方でいいんですかね。ライバルとして認めてるってことですもんね。ということです。今後どんな展開になっていくでしょうか。以上、タツオンザステージでした。
リソナグループ B リーグ2024-25シーズンクラウンパッケージプレゼンツシーホースミカーホームゲームへようこそ。シーホースへ。本日のゲームスポンサーは株式会社クラウンパッケージです。ハーフタイムのお時間をお借りして本日キッチンカーで使用されている一部のトレイは実はクラウンパッケージ製なんです。表面のフィルムをペリッと剥がすことで紙とプラスチックを分別することができるトレイは通常全て燃えるゴミになってしまうところを紙はリサイクルに回すことができます。分別後のトレイをエコステーションにお持ちいただけると漏れなくノベルティをプレゼントしておりますので、まだの方はぜひこの機会にペリッとしてみてください。クラウンパッケージは SDGs の達成に全力で取り組みます。それでは後半も引き続きシーホースピカーを応援しましょう。 シーホース三河ホームゲーム。それではここで B リーグパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグアイドルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本郵便、 G ショック、日本生命、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズ、ソニーミュージックエンターテインメント、モルテン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、アーシャルデザイン、ストライク、 DIS、 スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、ふるさとチョイス、ディックスプラス、 B リーグサプライヤーアダストリア、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー LINE ヤフー、 B リーグスポーツ振興パートナースポーツくじウィナー、 B リーグクロースパートナー電通。以上 B リーグパートナー各社のご紹介でした。ハーフタイムはシーホース君がライブペイントをしてくれています。今日は長崎ベルカのマスコット、ベルカマスコットオブザイヤー、お互いお疲れ様でした。今度愛知にも遊びに来てねというメッセージです。シーホース君ありがとう。試合終了後1回の B にチェンジします。どうぞ皆さんご覧ください。本日は高浜高校地域活動部 SBP 班による S の絆カツオ焼きプロジェクトの収益でシーホースに
この感じを味わってい
Fantastic highlights once again that you're witnessing here from both these squads. Look at that pinpoint passing. The defense completely baffled. And Yuda Nishida hits that three. Another one from the opposite end. And Yuda Nishida showing the way here for the locals as we break down the numbers of the first 2 quarters of play. When you take a look at the overall field goal shooting, much better for Mikawa at 52% as compared to 37%. That's a huge discrepancy. When you break it down in terms of 2-pointers and 3-pointers, 2-pointers 62% shooting as compared to 50% shooting for Nagasaki. Actually, 50% is not that bad, but when the other team is shooting 62%, you're in trouble. And then you bring in the three-point numbers, 9 out of 20 for 45%. That is why it is a huge 53 to 28 advantage by the home squad. And look at this, 13 turnovers for Nagasaki VELCA, 5 only for Mikawa. So they've taken very good care of the basketball. They've gone out in the break. They've had so many easy baskets. And all the numbers really point towards them. As you can see there, 19 and 3. Those are also the bench points. They're getting a lot of help, especially because of Jake Lehman, who came in and he has 14 of those 19 bench points. Individual numbers. After 2 quarters, Yudai Nishida with 14 points. 10 points for Yamaguchi on the side of Nagasaki. As we look at the performance here of Kubota, finding the open men. Everything starts from him. He's their point guard. More numbers. Lehman with 14 as well. And Yutaro Suda has 8. In terms of the visitors, 7 points there for Brantley, and Morikawa's got 3. In terms of rebounds, 4 apiece for Gardner and Auguste, and 2 for Nagano. For Nagasaki, 5 boards for AJ Edu. That's what he does best. 3 rebounds for Mark Smith, and Yamaguchi there with 2. In terms of dimes, 5 assists for Kubota, and 2 each for Gardner and Nagano. For Karimata, 3 assists and 2 apiece for Yamaguchi and Mark Smith. And we're just about ready for second half action here. Well, as far as Seahorses Mikawa is concerned, they're pleased with their performance. And how can you not be with a 25-point lead? But they want more. They want to be able to end this as quickly as possible. They want to make sure that when they get into the 4th period, the outcome has been settled. As we begin the 3rd period here at the Wing Arena Korea. That's a strong attack. Mark Smith also goes down. Looks like he's okay. Kubota attacking with abandon once again. Looks like he might have gotten hit in the face there with the shoe. 3rd personal foul going to be called there, number 4. That is Masaya Karimata. 2 free throws to try to quickly increase this lead even more. Only the first point here for Kubota. He doesn't need to score though. He sets the pace for his squad in terms of getting everybody involved. He'll make both. 55-28. .27 advantage. They need to get something going offensively. They try to start high, but they've got to move forward and closer to the basket. All these botched possessions is not going to help their cause. Watch that last piece of action there on the replay. Coach Modi asking for a traveling violation. None is called. Second personal foul going to be called there, Mark Smith. That is a live turnover and a slam that can really turn their things around, turn their fortunes around, really. Coach Ryan, a little bit disappointed there, but he knows he's still got a pretty good lead at 25. It was at 25 a while ago, now at 21. Ten points now here in the contest for Brantley. Jarrell trying to will his team back in this one. Gardner with the inbound. A lot of pressure in the backcourt. Well, it's starting to pay off dividends here. Let's see if they can continue. Almost another turnover. It'll stay here though with Seahorses. That was very close. They got it past the timeline just in the nick of time. Looks like Modi Maor wants to be able to challenge. He says no. They wanted to be sure, but really hard to tell because one of his players actually took a stab at that ball. They're going to get the turnover nonetheless. Mark Smith trying to push. They need to score once again here. Cut this lead down to 18. But they're being very patient about it. Brantley once again with the attack. They swing it around. Mark Smith. Boy, a flat shot there. They lay it down. And AJ Edu scores. He's got 2 baskets in the ball game for a total of 4 points. Lead is at 18. Here come Nagasaki. Gardner will bring it close. That's a nice find. The shot will come up short though. All of a sudden, the offense has gone sour. See if they can hold it up defensively though. Brantley will bring it down himself. Mark Smith trying to orchestrate for his squad. Smith finds Brantley. Can't convert though. But they got the open shot. That would have cut it down to 15. So the defense holding. There's a turnover. Auguste will challenge, but still, there's a score there. 14 points now in the contest here for Hayato Yamaguchi. No timeout, surprisingly, here from Coach Ryan. His lead cut down to 16. Little pushing and shoving there. And Gardner isn't happy. Watch this. Gardner just throwing Mark Smith off him. Foul's going to be called on Smith. Things starting to get touchy here. Touchy-feely. Setting up there. Boy, Nishida and his squad, Seahorses, really needed that one. He's got 17 points in the contest. It's going to bring the lead back up to 19. Not a good possession that time from Smith and company. You can see Coach Modi there trying to plead with the referees. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the third. But they have made some headway. They've cut that deficit of 27. That's just down to 19. That's an offensive foul. Ooh, they're gonna say no. Look like there's gonna be a foul on Kubota. Yes, there's confirmation. That'll be an offensive foul. But Kubota saying that he was being held all throughout, but at the same time, you just can't shove a player. Not in front of the referees. Turnover starting to pile up here this time for Seahorses Mikawa. Nice find. That's great defense by Zach. Comes up with a defensive stop there. His first block of the contest. Kubota again. A lot of players hitting the deck here. Auguste. They want to go to his jump hook. Now they've got to really attack. Shot clock down to 3. Kubota throws it up. Zach's there for the putback. But it won't drop. Chance here. So the boys in white further cut into this deficit. Again, showing extreme patience here. Mark Smith for 3. Put in a little bit more strength than that one. Most of his threes today have been short. Have fallen front of the rim. That one offline. Well, they isolate, and that is where Nishida shines. They put Karimata on an island, and he was in trouble from the get-go. That's going to be the 4th personal foul on Karimata. He's going to be in the freezer for quite a while. In the penalty, an early penalty, and Nagasaki VELCA. That's a lot, almost 5 minutes. No problem for Nishida. He's got now a total of 19 points, and still half a quarter to be played, and the entire 4th. League's back up to 21. A little bit more breathing space once again after that lead being cut down to 16. Nice show. Open 3. Yes! That's a well-run pattern and an easy basket there from the outside for Masaki. Look at that attack. Getting all the way to the front of the rim. That's going to be too easy. Yuda says thank you. He now has 21 points. That might have been his easiest basket of the afternoon. Brantley to the wing. That's a nice find. But those are the shots that you have to be able to make. Tanner inside gets the offensive rebound, and they're able to put it through there, courtesy of Edu. He's got 6 points. That pass a little too sharp. Gardner has not been himself here today, but at the same time, he doesn't need to score. Especially when he says Nishida is in a groove, on a roll. Sumila checks in. Tanner gives it back up high. 2-man game, Edu. That's a great pick. Again, that's another layup that you should be able to drop if you're Mark Smith. Lehman back. He's had a terrific first half. 14 of the 19 bench points. There's a turnover. Boy, Tanner just quickly launched and will come up short. Wedges that one there. That would have been really helpful if they were able to get that one to drop. That would have cut it down to 15. Coach Modi still screaming out instructions. Checking in now is Koyo Nishida. .304 remaining here in the third. In the entire fourth still to be played, but again, a hefty deficit being faced here. Tanner for three, yes! He was wide open that time and he made the defense pay. Only his first basket of the afternoon, but that basket is going to force a timeout here from Coach Richmond.
Thank you, SEAHORSES.
Back to the action, and why not go to Devante? He can get you buckets in a quick way. Not that time, a little bit short there for him. 62-47 is our count. 2:39 to be played here in the third period. Gardner has not been his usual self scoring wise. Used to average about 20 points a ball game. Gardner now with just 6 points. He does have 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Nice pass inside. AJ Edu scores. And a basket. And a foul to boot. 8 points in the contest here for AJ Edu. This has been a total team effort. Look at him slip towards the basket. Gets that layup to drop. And a foul will be called there on Satoshi Nagano. 62-49 is our score. Edu can't convert on that free throw. He's a very good free throw shooter. We've missed so many opportunities, but right now they're knocking at the door, just down by 13. As we approach the 2-minute mark, possession now here with Seahorses. Gardner, that's a deep three. Short. Jake tries to battle for it. They're not gonna get it. 3-on-3 break the other way. Floater. That's gonna drop for Tanner. Tanner now with 5 points, all of them here in the third period. Both teams now in the penalty. Auguste will check back in. So a little bit of shuffling here done by Coach Ryan Richmond. Things not going his way here in the third period. Jake will attack. Are they going to call a foul? He lost it on the way out. But they're going to say there was a foul. The second on Tanner Groves. So far, Already 23 points scored by Nagasaki. Here in the third period, only 10, including that free throw from Jake Lehman. So they've been outscored by 13 here. That is huge, especially since Nagasaki wants a victory here. They need to be able to make their move. Split from the line. The lead's at 12. We're going to have an interesting fourth period, it seems. They go inside. Another basket by AJ Edu. Getting that pass in the dunker spot. He's in double digits. He's come alive here, especially in the third. Has AJ Edu together with Tanner Groves. Leads down to 10. Sneaky attack that time. Nice basket there put by Sumino. 65-53 is our tally. Approaching the 1 minute mark here in the third. Another layup, yes! That's going to cut the lead down to 10 once again. 7 points now here for Mark. Finally coming alive, finally finding his rhythm. He has been really practically non-existent in the first two periods. Under a minute remaining here in the third. That was a wild shot and a foul is going to be called. That's a bad foul from Auguste. Two free throws are coming up now here on the other end. That could just cut the lead down to 8. That's a nice rebound there by Tanner Smith. Auguste looks like he's going to hit the bench. Oh, just a little powwow here with Coach Ryan Richmond. The two free throws coming up here. 44.9 before we end the third. That's Jar Brantley coming back in. Together there with Karimata. So they're going to have a new backcourt here for the final just about a minute. Two free throws. The first for Tanner will drop. He's got 6 points, all of them here in the third. Well, the fans now on their feet. Just that small section of fans for Nagasaki. This entire Wing Arena Korea full of fans here, of course, of Mikawa. This is their home squad's venue. Two free throws will drop. And that lead is down to 8. 7 points in total here for Tanner. Time for 3 possessions before the third quarter ends. Nagano on the outside, looking for space. Get it to the wing. Both teams in the penalty. Once again, another steal. Just too many turnovers here in the third period. After the second half, entering the second half, only 5 turnovers for the squad of Mikawa. Now they've got 12, so they have 7 here in the third period alone. Brantley looking for space. Difference of a second from the game clock and the shot clock. That's going to be an offensive foul. That's a wasted possession. 3.7 remaining. That's a good stand there by Ryogo Sumino, drawing that offensive foul. That's going to be the second personal foul here on Brantley. The fan favorite Koya Kawamata checks in, number 99. Dyed hair and all. We need something going towards the basket. Hurried shot, not gonna drop. And that's where we're gonna end third quarter hostilities. 65 here for the home squad, 57 for the visitors.
終クォーターシーホース三河オフェンスからスタートです。大きな声で一本取っていきましょう。Let's go Seahorse!
Final quarter is upon us here as we welcome everybody back to the Wing Arena Korea, our venue for our Saturday affair. Jake is going to come up short with that 3 attempt. Deficit is at 8. Boys in white trying to play their cards right. Tanner in the ball game still. That's a good combination. Jumper from the outside, not gonna drop there. Morikawa had his chances. On the offensive end, Seahorses. That's a nice find. Oh, the pass just a little bit behind. And Zach, very disappointed, but more disappointed there was Nagano. He knew that would have been an easy basket for Zach Auguste. That's another turnover. Mark Smith back in the ball game. Mark Smith not yet in double digits here for his squad. Usually in double digit scoring and gets about 7 or 8 boards. Looking for space. Gets it to Brantley. Back to Mark. Brantley puts up a 3. A little bit too strong. Auguste has lorded it over as far as the boards are concerned. He's got 9. Took away the 6 points and 2 assists. There's another turnover. 2-man break. Brantley holds on to it and completes that layup. The lead is down to just 6 at 65-59. 12 points now in the contest for Jarrell. Zach up high. Not a good foul. Masaaki sticking a little too close there. I know you want to stay close as much as you possibly can to Yuda Nishida. But again, you cannot come up with cheap fouls such as that one. Their squad has actually gotten to the penalty in all 3 periods here so far. And they've yielded so many free throws, already 14. AJ Edu back. Can look inside? Why not? Davante Gardner. Can he generate some points for his squad? Turns around and scores. Usually a high score, but that time just one of these few baskets here today. 2 minutes quickly gone in the final quarter. 2-man game up high. AJ trying to set that pick. Jarrell gets away. Up and under move. Away from the defense there of Jake Lehman. He's got 14 points. Leads down to 6 once again. Kubota, quick move. You see that foul again coming from Yamaguchi. That's going to put them with 2 early team fouls. First personal foul on Yamaguchi. Those 2 cheap ones might cost him in the end. Trying to get away inside. Boy, that's a lucky shot. Already a blocked shot, and it falls straight to Jake. And Jake says, thank you very much. 17 points now. Jake has really given them a lift from that bench. That's why he's there. 6-man awardee. Mark Smith will try to bounce it. That might be a little shove there from Davante. That'll be foul number 2. You can see that bewildered look on his face. There was a little shove. Ooh, that's going to be number 3. Check that. Under 7 minutes remaining in this encounter. 69-61 is our tally. And our chance of defense. The squad of Coach Ryan Richmond not really panicking yet at this stage. Catch and shoot, yes! That's poor defense though by Seahorses. You've got to cover the wings. Now 17 points for Hayato. And that lead is down to 5. Bang! Another shot here. And it's down to 2. Brantley also with 17 points. The last time we had a tie, it was 11 each. Nagano for 3. Overshoots. Gardner picks it up. Trying to create some more distance. That was a huge 27-point lead, which has all been gone. Overshooting there again is Nagano. He's rattled. Mark Smith to Brantley once again. He's got the hot hand. Smith from deep. Boy, that was halfway down. That would have given them the lead. Again, MIKAWA generates some offense. Inside, they kick it out. Gardner cannot convert. Jake with the offensive rebound. Jake now with 10 boards. Foul's going to be called on Brantley. And that is going to be team foul number 3. And we have not yet reached the halfway mark. That's a pretty good foul. The first 2 fouls, a little questionable. Exactly 5:16 remaining in this one. Brand new 14 seconds in the shot clock. Trying to go inside. Jumper, yes! Badly needed basket here. And why not go to your main man, Yuda Nishida. Lead a little bit more comfortable at 4, but it's definitely not 27 points. Getting inside. Boy, Mark Smith, that was just too easy. Off that initial miss, he knew it was short. Got up for his second jump, put it through. And the lead has been cut down once again. Back down to 2. Final 5 minutes. Seahorses with possession. Still up by 2. Yuda, deep 3, short. And a chance now here for the visitors to tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Brantley to the wing. Quick shot! No. Lehman picks up his 6th board. They ask Kubota to once again stay at the controls. Looking for a basket here. The pass tracked down by Gardner. Nishida back to Jake. Jake puts it up. That time a little bit off to the right. Still a 2-point lead. Enjoyed here by Seahorses. Can they get a stop? Quick incursion. They go to the wing. 3 on the way. Not that time. 3.5 remaining. Still just 2 points separating these two squads. And now you go to Devante. He goes inside. He's unstoppable inside that shaded area. He's got 10 points. But it's been a very quiet 10. Brantley is a heck of a defender, but there's no way you're stopping Gardner that close to the bucket. And a free throw coming up here. That's going to be the 4th personal foul. Jarrell will have to control himself. Ooh, Gardner missing a free throw. He's usually automatic from there. Lead stays at 4. As we approach the 3-minute mark. Mark Smith sets it down. Surprising, Yamaguchi didn't want to take a shot already with 17 points today. Mark Smith inside, that's a great pass. And that's going to drop. AJ Edu now with 12 points with a free throw coming up. And he could cut this to just 1 point. AJ 0 for 1 from the free throw line here so far. Can he make this big free throw off that foul from Devante? Or check that, that was Kubota with a foul from the back. Edu converts. 73-72 is our tally. Stick around. This is going to be close. This is going to be exciting. They go to Devante once again. With the defense. Come up with a double. It's a late double. Devante though is going to come up short. Smith will push once again. This is where he excels. They go up high. That should have been an easy connection, but AJ wasn't expecting it. And the pass looked a little bit too high as well. Missed opportunity there for Nagasaki. Devante once again. Couple of moves. Ooh, he's 0 for 2 in these last 2 possessions. That's usually cash. Approaching 2 minutes. And again, in the penalty here. Nagasaki. Brantley with a spin. It's now a 1-point advantage for the visitors. At 74-73. This is the first time that Seahorses has trailed since 8-7. Wow! Nice basket inside, and again, Yuda Nishida coming up big. He's got 25 points. Seesaw affair we have here in the final minute and a half. And they go to Mark once again. This is where he really thrives. Jarrell hits a 3. Referee's there with the signal for 3. Total of 22 points for Gerald Brantley. And they're smelling an upset here. Mikawa needing to score here, down by 2. And again, they go back to Yuda. Yuda, fall away, no! That's a big rebound there by Mark Smith. He'll bring it down. This is now the biggest lead in the contest at 2 for the visitors. Wow, what a time for it to happen. Jumper from Smith. A little bit too strong. Jake with his 7th rebound. Looking to tie things up here. Going for the 3. And the lead, no. And again, quicker to the ball, Mark Smith. Almost lost it. Gets it past the timeline at just the exact second. They're going to try to use as much clock as they possibly can. Look for the dagger here. Mark Smith will be fouled. That is going to put the shot clock back to 14. Decision-making time now coming up for Ryan Richmond. We'll find out what they opt to do when we come back. Difference of 2.6 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. What will they do? Will they opt to foul? Looking for a steal here. Ooh, it's a turnover. The sideline proved to be the 3rd defender. And now a chance to tie things up here. AJ Edu back in for more defense. They send in Devontae, their super scorer, who has missed on his last 2 opportunities. Timeout will be called once again by Seahorses as they draw up this pivotal play. 14.1. More than enough time for them to be able to tie things up here or take the lead with a 3. Let's see the play drawn up here by Coach Ryan. And that foul, very ill-advised, that's for sure. Again, you go back to the 2 cheap fouls that they gave up early in this period. That puts them in a penalty. That's going to be the 4th foul. So Mark Smith playing on borrowed time, and you send in Yuda Nishida to the line. An exceptional free throw shooter. Calmly makes the first. He's got 26 points. His 27th marker will tie this ball game and expect a timeout here from Nagasaki. And here's that timeout from Coach Modi Mayor. We are tied at 77. Nagasaki VELCA looking for their 23rd victory of the season. Can they get it here? 13.7. Definitely. It's win or tie from their point of view. And again, they're going to look to their main men. Jarrell. He's going to have to go because Jake has a foul to give. Taking a little bit too much time. Forces that one up. It's short. And we're going to overtime. They just took too much time on that one. You need to get the ball in the hands of Mark Smith and let him create. Free basketball coming up in a bit. Watch that last play once again. That was a double team. Nowhere to go there for Jarrell Brantley. Had to force that one up. A lot of times, much better to go to Mark Smith. Let him create. And then you have Brantley there for the pick and roll or coming from the weak side. As far as Seahorses Mikawa are concerned though, They're gonna breathe a huge sigh of relief. They were up by 27 points, and they almost lost that game in regulation. Biggest lead in the ball game for Seahorses was 27 at 55 at 28. The biggest lead for VELCA, 77 to 75. As we enter the overtime period. First possession to Brantley and company. Smith from the outside, yes! Finally finding his range. He has yet to hit a three until that particular point in time. 80 to 77. So the fouls are carried over to the final 5 minutes. So still with one more foul to give. Nagasaki. Jake. Short. Will get it back. Puts it up. No. It's going to be a shot clock violation, they say. Lehman asking. Saying that there was some contact. Referees say no. You gotta just continue to play on. Masaya Karimata was trying to streak down court. Was looking for the easy basket, but referees say it is a 24-second shot block violation, so half-court inbound. Sideline inbound, check that. The pass a little bit too tight. They're lucky that's going to stay on this side. And that's why there was a nice smile from AJ Edu. They'll maintain possession, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Zach Auguste. Starter here. He's back for Coach Ryan Richmond. He's an intimidating presence inside. Three. Bang! 83 to 77 now. Wow. They have opened up their biggest lead of the contest. 3:37 remaining here. Hurried attempt. That's a big basket. Still coming up huge. All throughout here with those two free throws to tie things up and that three to keep them in the ball game. Looking for Mark to create once again. This is where they're at their best. Fall away. It's gonna drop. Timely basket there. Coming from Masaya. And the lead's back up to 5. They try to look inside. There's a steal. They go to Brantley. In the open court against 3 defenders. He'll attack. He pulled it out. Everybody thought he was going to wait for his teammates. And then he reignited that attack of his. Foul's going to be called on Gardner. That's Davante's 4th. And now both teams in the penalty. Not necessarily insurance free throws here for Jarrell Brantley. But definitely badly needed ones nonetheless. Brantley's numbers: 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 dimes. Adds to his tally there. And that lead is now at 7. That's their biggest lead, talking about Nagasaki VELCA in today's ball game. And happening all here in the overtime period. Gardner against a double team. Finds his shooter. No. AJ Edu with the rebound. They're looking to put this game away. And a huge upset over Seahorses Mikawa, who are up by 27. Open three! Rims out. Mikawa needs to be able to speed up the pace. There's more than enough time as Auguste launches a three. Will come up short though. The save going to the wrong individual. And now they're definitely going to use clock. Time is now on their side. And the clock slowly will become a factor. Mark Smith just holding on to it. Taking their time, looking for a better shot. Long rebound. Goes to Seahorses. They need to score quickly. Still more than enough time. Yuda can't find any space whatsoever. Gives it over to Devante. Devante will bring it closer. Shot clock down to 2. He gets blocked. Gardner has not been himself here this afternoon. Really starting to slow down. He's only 33 years old. He needs to try to take advantage of that huge 6'8" frame of his. Jake Lehman back. Yutara Suda back. But first and foremost, they're going to need a stop. That's a risky pass. They get it past half court. Now they'll use clock. The clock is now their friend. Jarrell. Over the outstretched arms. That's good defense. Lehman was all over that shot from Jarrell Brantley. Time now down to 39.8. The deficit for the hosts. Seahorses Mikawa still at 7. They'll need a very quick 2 or a quick 3, even better. Using up a lot of precious seconds. Yuda for 3. That's the second time that has happened here in this ball game. And both from 3s. Big call here on the possession arrow. Chance of let's go Seahorses. Possession arrow says the ball stays right here. 29.4 is the remaining time on the game clock. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Definitely advantage here for the visitors. Unless they get a quick 3. Let's see if they now have some sense of urgency. Couple of slick portions here. We have not yet seen the return here of Tanner Groves. He was very instrumental in the middle portion of the second half. Definitely helped his squad get back. And now he's allowing the starters to do their stuff. Jake will overshoot. That just might be it. Smith gets away. He'll be fouled. 2 free throws here for Mark Smith. That was critical. Lehman had to make that shot, and it looks like the referees are going to review this one just to check if there was an unsportsmanlike foul. Looked like a very good hard foul though. He was trying to go for the ball, as much as he possibly could. The referees have been on top of the situation practically this entire match. Quick review. And they call a regular foul, as expected. Two free throws to essentially ice this ball game. Not to say it's not iced already. It's essentially in the freezer. 7-point lead. Smith could make it 9, but at this stage already a 3-possession affair. Shooter's bounce. Drops there for Smith. Leads 8. Devontae Gardner shaking his head, wondering what hit us. They were up by a comfortable 27 points at 55-28. And now they're down by 9 with 20 seconds remaining in this ball game. They'll go inside. Basket on one opportunity here. Nice curl by Lehman, but that might be a little bit too late for his squad. Boy, Brantley still try to get the block there. Just give him the 2 points. As Brantley will foul out. It's still a 1-ball game for his squad, but again, that's when you have to know when to play smart. 2 points won't hurt you. You don't want to give them a 3-point play. Still a 2-possession affair. We'll try to look for a steal here. If not, they're going to foul. The 2 free throws to ice the ball game. And put this one away. Smith hit 2 earlier. He's going to get the shooter's bounce once again on that first free throw. All smiles as Gerald Brantley says, thank you very much. We're going to pick up the W.
Let's go, Seahorse!
16 points now here for Mark Smith. Jake for 3, yes. No more fouls. Ooh, did they blow a whistle right before the final horn? I think they did. Or did they? Let's find out. No, that's our final score, they say. Really inconsequential anyhow, as Nagasaki pulls the rug out from under Seahorses Mikawa right here at the Wing Arena, Korea. They trailed essentially the entire ball game, but they came up big, especially in that second half. Beginning with the third quarter, winning that one 29-12, won the fourth 20-12, and then eventually in overtime 14-9. Stick around as we're going to hear from Coach Modi Maor. Interesting to hear what he's going to say about this come from behind victory.
アウェーで劇的勝利を収めました長崎ベルカモーディ・マオールヘッドコーチです。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
本当に前半25点差あったのをひっくり返しての勝利だったんですが、試合を振り返っていかがですか？
Very happy.
まず本当にこれ勝利できたことを嬉しく思います。
はい、特にハーフタイムディフェンスのインテンシティが3クォーター上がったのと、相手のピックアンロールのディフェンスに対してのオフェンスがうまくいったのが結構試合の流れを変えた要因だと思うんですけど、その辺はハーフタイムでどういうことを話しましたか？
So it looked like our defense definitely picked up in the third quarter, and offensively our pick and roll offense looked really well. But what did you talk about in halftime?
The first half, after the first 5 minutes, which I actually think we played okay, we really didn't play our way. The ball was stopping, we were playing one-on-one, defense was soft. So it was really just about getting back to the things that we do on a consistent basis, and I'm happy it worked.
そうですね、試合最初開始の5分間というのは割と自分たちのバスケットできたんですけども、そこからの1クォーターと2クォーターに関しては全く自分たちのバスケができてなくて、オフェンスに関しては止まってしまって1対1であったり、ディフェンスも完全にソフトに入ってしまったんですけども、そこでハーフタイムしっかり自分たちのバスケをしようっていうふうに話をして、そこから自分たちのバスケができたという印象です。
はい、長崎も今日パブリックビューイングでこの配信を見ていると思います。長崎のブースターの皆さんに向けて一言お願いします。
There are also fans that made it all the way to Mikawa and sat behind our bench and gave us great energy. So for both those fans, both in Happiness Arena and here, 応援ありがとうございます。
はい、あとですね、本当ハピネスアリーナで応援してくださった皆さん、そしてわざわざ三河までこの現地までお越しくださった皆さん、本当に私たちのためにいつもサポートしていただきありがとうございます。
はい、明日も頑張ってください。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
こんばんは。農家です。
はい、ブラントリー選手、ナイス活躍でした。今日すごい試合となりましたが、率直に試合を振り返っていかがですか
It's a hard-fought win by our team. We got in a big hole. We went in the locker room, and we said we can't be like this. And we came out and we showed had a good performance.
前半はちょっと自分たちじゃないようなパフォーマンスをしてしまって、ハーフタイムでこれ自分たちじゃないじゃないかっていう話をして、後半に自分たちを見せることができた、そういう風なゲームだったと思います。
はい、ダバンテ・ガードナー選手とブラントリー選手、どちらも得点力のある選手なので、この辺のマッチアップ、すごい楽しみにしてたんですけど、ガードナー選手とマッチアップしてどうでしたか
Anytime you get to play one of our good bigs in this league, it's always fun. We got to come back and do it tomorrow.
B リーグの得点力のすごいある選手と戦うというのはすごく楽しみにしていて、今日は勝つことができたんですけど、明日も同じように勝ちたいと思っています。
はい、じゃあ、ブースターの皆さんに明日に向けて一言お願いします。
ありがとうございます。愛してるVELCA。
はい、ブラントリー選手でした。ありがとうございました。
この感じを味わって
All right, now let's enjoy the highlights here from all 5 periods, because this one went into overtime. Auguste gets an easy basket there. Didn't really score that much here today. But that gentleman there, Hayato Yamaguchi, one of the leading scorers for his squad, he would finish with 20 points. Look at the contribution there. So Brantley would finish with 24, Yamaguchi would have 20, and Mark Smith would also finish with 16. Most of the damage from Brantley and Smith, even together with Tanner Groves, all of them came in the second half. And again, you heard it there a while ago in that interview from Jarrell. He said that at the halftime break, he and his squad just felt they weren't definitely not getting it done. They came out with a different mindset, with a winning mindset in the next 2 quarters and got them the victory. Jake Lehman, talk about a jackrabbit start. He came in, had 2 threes and 3 dunks. You gotta love the passing here. Actually, the first 2 periods was near flawless for the squad here of Mikawa. They won the first period 25-19. They won the second period 28-9. And that's why heading into the halftime break, they were up by 25, 53-28. And it looked like it was going to be smooth sailing for their squad. And then they hit rough waters. Talk about sharing the basketball. Even AJ Edu came up with superb numbers in the last 2 periods. Game-long brilliance though from Yuda Nishida. It wasn't enough to bring his squad the victory though. There's Groves again. He would finish with 7 points. At the end of 3 periods, it was still a lead here for Seahorses at 65-57. But the next 3 periods would be a different story. In the 3rd period, Nagasaki would score 29, holding Mikawa to just 12 points. That's a huge 17 points. And then they would score 20 in the 4th, holding their opponents to another 12. So again, plus 8, which would tie things up at 77. Boy, the fans were smelling victory all throughout until that 4th period. Brantley there with a big 3. That would give their squad the lead. Mark Smith has struggled with his 3 all throughout the afternoon, but in that final period, he came up with big baskets. There's another one off a good find, and again, it's Yamaguchi converting. As you break down the numbers, looking at the total field goal numbers, Nagasaki shooting 48% as compared to the 42% of the squad of Mikawa. Broken down, Nagasaki shot 67% from 2 as compared to the 51% of Mikawa. That's actually a flip. Those numbers were completely opposite in the first half. And then from 3-point distance, just about even. 33% as compared to 32%, but both making 12 threes. In terms of free throws, also just about even. Looking at the turnovers, just too many turnovers as far as Mikawa is concerned. They only had 5 in the first half. So they accounted for 13 in the second half, and that's where things really started to go south. We take a look at some leaders. Scoring-wise, 30 points for Nishida, 24 points for Brantley. In terms of rebounds, Lehman with 10 and 8 for AJ Edu. And in terms of dimes, 6 assists apiece for Kubota and Mark Smith. Key player matchup. Much better scoring wise. Definitely here for Yuda Nishida. He would score 30 as compared to the 16 of Mark Smith. But Mark Smith made sure that he got his teammates involved. Had 6 dimes there as compared to just 2 for Yuda. But in the end, the most important thing is the win. And the win will go to Nagasaki VELCA as they'll improve to 23 victories against 28 setbacks. On the other side, Seahorses Mikawa in a game they could not afford to lose. They'd lose this one and drop to 33 and 18. And that will do it here for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Saturday afternoon. Till tomorrow, take care. Have a good Saturday afternoon ahead. God bless.